So first of all, I love that Paul still shoots on film, which I think is unbelievable. He shoots like 35 millimeter, and but with her, you shot with digitally. With Voy and How Huitama shot on digital. So I'm wondering, as an actor in this business, when you work on film versus digital, is there a way you can approach it? Because I know you get more takes maybe digitally versus film. Can you talk on that?
Honestly, I try not to think about that element. You try to ignore the camera and what's happening. So, to be honest, I'm not really aware of a difference. I mean, I know on her we could just keep rolling. There really wasn't a cut, but I'm so accustomed to working on film. I mean, hers the only movie that I didn't make on film. That and I'm Still Here, and so. But I try not to be aware of those things. I try not to think about the camera.
Right. Now, we meet Doc at a very specific point in his life when the movie opens. And obviously the book lends and the script lends so much to this character. But I'm wondering for you, what do you fill in about him and his backstory? Like, do you know who his family was? Do you know his favorite foods? Like, do you ever build in that stuff?
Well, I mean, maybe sometimes, but on this, no. I don't know. It's really interesting. Sometimes you can think of all of these ideas, and sometimes they can get in the way. I've been trying more and more to just be kind of receptive to what's happening in the moment, because sometimes you come in with all these strong ideas and you start imposing these ideas on the scene. And for me, sometimes it gets in the way. And I've been trying more and more just to be kind of receptive to what the other actors are doing and to be experiencing the environment. So I didn't do that.
Now, I read an interesting quote from you. You were talking about how I didn't try to tightly control the performance like I used to with this particular part. And I'm wondering, back in the day when you were acting like films like Gladiator, and was there a different approach to how you approach characters like that than now, like with that quote in mind? Did you try to control them differently?
I think just kind of a little bit what I was talking about. I think in some ways, you're in this vacuum, you're alone studying for months, kind of prepping something, and I think that I would have kind of a rigid idea of what the character was, and I would try to implement that and to impose my ideas on the scene, and I just wanted to, again, kind of listen more and just react more, and it's not, you can't always do that, but you work with somebody like Paul Thomas Anderson. It really gives you that opportunity. And so it's just something that I've been trying to do more.
Now, I'm a big nerd about movies. I always wanted to go on set and see a film get shot. The scene when you walk out of the wife's house and it's all one shot, you walk up to Josh Brolin in that car and he beats you up. How did they do that? I mean, is he really lifting you off the ground and kicking you? How did they film that moment? It was amazing how he did that shot.
Yeah, we just did several takes and each one was different. And yeah, I mean, it's just what you saw.
That's what they see. And then the moment when Jenna Malone hands you that photo and we see you scream, I know we never actually see what's on the photo. When you were shooting that, what did you see? Was there anything actually there? Did you just imagine it and scream as the performance?
I really can't remember what the photograph was, but there was nothing drastic. I think it was just one of the Polaroids,
Right. Now, looking back at when you first started in this business and all the roles that you've done in your career, and now, how has filmmaking changed for you as an actor? And do you see different movements in the business, in the film world, or are you still kind of acting the way you used to when you first started?
I don't really pay attention to that. I don't know. Obviously you change and the roles have changed, but I don't know. I don't analyze it that way. Sorry, I'd love to give you a great answer. It's a great question. I just don't think about things that way.
No, it's okay. Any role of yours particular that you look back on and you still has stuck with you? Because you've played so many great characters. Is there anything that's ever stuck with you and kind of think about sometimes?
No, I mean, I regret most of them, but no, I don't.
You're an amazing actor. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank
Phoenix.
you.
And great Chucks, by the way. You're rocking the Chucks down, man.
Sure.
Nice to meet you.